Hello and welcome to episode 78 of The Eld...
Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Because that's what you'll get if I don't get 50 comments. That's what you'll get if I don't get 50 comments. It'll be Margaret alone on the podcast.
Listen, last night he was like...
You haven't started the timer?
No! We filmed yesterday. We filmed Thursdays yesterday, and Jack was like, remind me to do my bit. Remind me to do my bit. Completely forgot. Last night he was like, remind me to do my bit.
Gotta do my bit.
That was his bit.
That was my bit.
You know what? That probably sent everyone into the abyss. Seeing me start the podcast by myself, that probably absolutely sent people completely spiraling into the void. I'm sorry. Entity, bring them back from the void.
Bring them back from the void.
Shall we do the actual intro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome. That's not the intro.
That's not the intro.
Hello and welcome to episode 78 of
the Eldritch Podblast. See, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
That's what you come here for.
That's what you come here from.
Did I frighten you?
Fra.
Did I frighten you? I hope I frightened you. It was a scare tactic.
Oh my god.
Because I haven't got 50 comments.
No.
We've been so close so many times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got to like 48 on one of the videos.
Is this what you want? Do you want me to not be here? Because that's what you're telling me.
Thank you to...
Your actions are speaking louder than your words.
Thank you to everyone who's commenting day 4 so Jack doesn't leave.
But seriously, the comments that we've been getting on the videos is more than we've ever had, so thank you so much. But it's 50 comments on.
We got one, it was on Thursday, I can't remember, it was on a video, and Jack was like, everyone tell Margaret you look nice, and someone was like, Margaret, you look ethereal, and I'm not just saying that because I'm being threatened to say it.
Yeah.
That's the type of compliment I like.
That's the type of comment I like.
That's what I like.
A comment that gets me closer to 50 comments.
Oh my god, y'all are so you're so funny. I nearly swore then. But yeah, hi.
Hello.
Sorry about that. That probably wasn't very nice for y'all. Seeing
why?
Just me sat alone. Scary.
Well, that's what it'll be.
Okay.
That's the reality of it.
Good, great.
So
for my sake, please. Yeah, what you been up to? What you doing?
What's happening?
What you doing?
Watching the pod?
Who are you talking to?
Got some snacks?
What you eating?
What you eating?
Y'all really like that question. On Thursday, you really like the what you eating.
Tell me what you're eating down in the comments.
Someone was like, I was in the middle of literally shoveling strawberries into my mouth and you said, what you eating? Can't describe why it was funny, but it was. And
it was. Greek yogurts and strawberry, Margaret. Get it right.
Oh my god. We live to serve.
Yeah.
Pardon me. But what are we here for?
Podcasting?
Yeah.
We're going to do some horror stories and wholesome stories today.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to roll some homebrew challenges.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. You know what? I normally like mentally prepare myself to like for what we're going to talk about, so I know. But that whole bit completely threw me off.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, who am I? Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you? But a vessel for the entity.
Oh, true. Is there anything you'd like to update the people on before we get into it?
No, because we recorded Thursday. No.
Oh my god, we have a campaign update to do.
We're going to do the update for Abby's campaign.
Update. So.
Oh my god, I dropped the dice.
We went to the circus.
But first, we always do our curricular activities.
Oh my god, yes, of course.
At the college
of course,
and then we go to our extracurricular activities.
Yes, we had a ship fight.
We had it, yeah. So basically, we were learning how to like sail through the astral sea and the dangers that we might face. So we faced a Githyanki ship.
Yeah, we did.
Pirate ship.
Yep. And this is all like in the Spelljammer like simulation stuff. Yeah. And we did that. That was good fun. We obliterated the other ship.
We did mess the other ship up.
Yeah.
We did mess the other ship up quite a bit.
Yeah, we did.
And Josh was piloting the ship. Yep. He did a great job.
How many times?
I'm sorry.
And last episode too. 1 billion drops.
Well,
huh?
It's just who I am.
It is.
I like to just fiddle with something.
You do.
It makes me happy.
The amount of times you've dropped it is astounding, though. What's your grip strength like, boy? Show me your grip strength.
So yeah, we messed the other ship up. Then we went back. There was no ectoplasmic anomalies.
No,
this time.
we
It was actually a very normal day.
It was a very normal day in
college,
school. Yeah, it was.
University.
So then we went
to
the circus, Mr. Mistopheles' circus.
We met a very
annoying gnome.
A very annoying gnome.
Any gnome will be annoying, by the way.
That had a pink elephant that was very sus.
He was a tiny little baby pink elephant, and he was very sweet. But then the closer we got, we were like, he's very weird.
He didn't like us.
He hated us.
And he kept following us around the circus.
And the gnome was like, he talks to me. And we were like,
talks to me.
Okay, sir, let's go.
Let's go.
There was loads of different activities we could do. We did a pie eating contest.
Yeah.
We did
I won.
You did win. You did. It was against me and you, and you won.
Well, it was against the other two as well, but they were terrible.
Yeah, tell them. What else? There was.
We did the riddle.
We did the Riddler.
Me and Josh.
Yeah. Oh my god. Carried that, to be honest. Yeah.
You and Matthew got approximately how many?
None.
0.
Oh, 0. No, 0. There was 4 in total, I think. And listen, me and Matthew, we excel in other areas. You know? There's things we excel at.
Yeah.
Riddles, not one of them.
Do not be one of them.
Absolutely not one of them. It was absolutely definitely Jack and Josh that carried the riddles.
Yes.
To be fair,
I like a riddle.
I think Josh actually got the majority of them.
Josh got a lot.
Josh is really good at riddles.
Yeah, until I gave him a riddle and
and
he just capitulated.
Yeah, well, so did we. The problem was he had no backup from us.
Yes.
That was the issue.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was the issue. He had no backup from any. It was him raw dogging this riddle by himself.
Me and him did all the riddles.
Yep.
These two did
nothing.
And then what was the other one?
Then we did guess the feathers on the cockatrice.
Guess the feathers on the cockatrice. I made a very fantastic perception check, which turns out there was actually no feathers on the cockatrice. They were painted on.
Yeah.
So
I guessed 0.
I guessed 0 and I won.
I guessed 666, and that's just how it goes.
Because
yeah,
because you got to throw horns up in the comments down
below. And then we went and we did a maze. The maze was really cool because we put it up on Tailspire and we had it on the screen.
Just like
but we had
POV'd.
Yeah, we had it zoomed in, so we couldn't. Like us as people couldn't tell where we were going, and there was loads of scary clowns.
There was loads of scary clowns that we had to kill.
And it was like every time we went around a corner, we'd be like, "Is there a clown?" And we'd see like the shadow of a clown, and we'd all be like, "No, it's a clown!
It's another clown!"
And then all the way through, because we got really weird vibes off Pinky. We were like, "Is Pinky here?"
100% end boss.
And then Pinky ended up like following us everywhere. My favorite one was we were in the Riddler's circus tent, right? And it was like a really tall tent. And you know, at the top, there's like those little holes for air to get in. Abby was like, you look up and you just see Pinky staring down at you. And Pinky ended up having a Glock. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And we saw Pinky at the end of the maze, and he turned into a big nasty demon.
And he was Mr. Mistopheles. So we fought Mr. Mistopheles. Mm-hmm. We dunked on Mr. Mistopheles. We absolutely lit Mr. Mistopheles up.
Yep.
He is no longer.
Yep.
And it's just another day at school.
Yeah, it was such a fun session. It was so good.
Where are we going next? We're going to the happy fun
wacky race time.
No, the wacky races is last.
No, the wacky races is next. Was it? It was the happy fun time park.
Happy fun time park.
Happy fun time
going to
park.
The happy fun time park next.
Yeah.
I hope it's something like Forbidden Corner.
Oh, I see.
If you don't live in the UK, you probably won't understand. And if you don't live in the North, you probably won't know.
To be honest, Forbidden Corner's like a bit janky, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but it's fun.
That's why it's fun, I guess. It's basically like
It's like a fair sort of theme park, but you just walk around and you have to get all the clues.
There's no like rides. It's like a walkthrough.
It's like a walk
in a forest.
It's like a walking sim.
And I know I just said it's janky, and I'm sure to so many of you that sounds like it's amazing, but it's like definitely
it's fun.
It's fun.
You walk around.
It's fun.
It's got like big tree giants and like little mazes and like tiny doors and big doors and waterfalls, and you got to walk through it, and it's got this like fantasy esque vibe to it.
You know what? There's a bit.
It's really cute.
There's one bit underneath that scared me as a kid, and last time we went was like when we first got together with some friends, and there's a bit underneath where it's like a chamber and it's dark.
A chamber.
And it's dark and there's like a voice.
Is that rats?
Is that rats?
I'm pretty sure there's rats, isn't there?
I don't think there's rats. Real rats?
No.
Oh.
Like
Oh, the sound of rats. Oh my god. Oh, animatronic rats.
animatronic rats, isn't
I don't
there?
think there's any animatronics in Forbidden Corner, is there?
I think you're lying.
There is one. There is an animatronic. It's hidden in the walls. Oh, yeah, anyway. Go to Forbidden Corner.
Go to Forbidden Corner if you haven't.
Yeah. It's janky, but it is good fun. What was I saying?
I'm getting ill.
No!
I think I'm getting ill.
No. Oh, we're talking the circus.
Oh, yes.
Good fun. Sorry.
Good fun.
Sorry.
Circus was fantastic.
Circus was fantastic. Abby's doing an amazing job.
I was doing a fantastic job.
It is so much
I'm
fun.
having a great time.
Really good time.
Yeah.
Jack Daniel.
I think so.
I hope not.
I didn't sleep very well last night, so I might just be
Yeah.
reeling from that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm getting ill.
No.
Whatever, you know?
No.
F's in the chat
F's
for
in the
me.
chat for Jack.
F's in the
I
chat
hope
for
you.
me.
I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, we haven't been sleeping well because the dog is a nightmare.
He's back to normal now,
Yeah.
and now he's just, I'm past 10 minutes. Just hitting the piss.
Yeah.
That's my dog is. I love him.
He's a piss
amazing.
taker.
He's a fucking piss
Yeah,
taker.
he is. He's
He's
a
a
piss taker.
piss taker.
Yeah. He just wants.
And we were obviously still oh, you okay? And he has been fine for a little
For a while now.
But we've been still in that he's
Yeah,
poorly
yeah.
mindset.
Oh, we've been giving him kind of whatever he wants. Listen, we're the problem. He takes because we give. We're the problem here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just a little stinky boy. Yeah, he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Homebrew.
That's it. I don't think there's anything else to update you on.
Nah.
We're going to a gig on Sunday.
Yeah, we are. It's still a local gig.
Yeah, it's a friend's partner's gig, and it's going to be really good. We're going with Abby.
Yeah.
And it's going to be nice.
It's gonna be nice.
And it's Jack's birthday next Wednesday.
Next week.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going to go for... I think we talked about this
We're going sushi.
in Thursday's video, didn't we?
We're going sushi.
We're going sushi-ing. So yeah.
We're going sushi on Sunday. My mum's just asked me if I want to go for a meal on Wednesday as well.
Oh, we're going to go for a meal.
Apparently, that's what she just said. We're going to go for a meal.
Nice. Yeah.
I might take
Free
her up
meal.
On, might take her up on that offer. A night where I have not to cook.
Yes. All right. Shall we do the homebrew challenge? So thank you so very much to everyone who submitted for a spooky
Spooky monster.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
have read out the winners on Thursday's video. So tune in for that.
Because we recorded it before this one because of things.
Yeah. So please tune into Thursday's video to see the winners. They are incredible.
The wiener,
really, really cool.
So
really
cool, so
spooky.
creative,
a lot of
very-
goosebumps.
A little bit scary.
A little bit scary. A little
bit-
spooky.
A little bit spooky.
A little bit spooky.
Spooking.
So
They
shall
do
we?
be spooking,
Shall
though.
we follow it up? Hello.
Go on. Shall we follow what up?
The spooky.
Oh yeah, let's follow it up.
You can tell that intro in the beginning has thrown both of us off. It knocked the brain cell out of both of us.
It can't be a monster.
Yes, it can be a monster.
It's the
So
only thing it cannot be.
I will do a quick summary for if you're new here and you've not taken part in the Homebrew Challenge before.
And if you haven't, what are you doing?
Boo.
50 comments and a submission. 50 comments each.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And there's 3,000 of you. I'll let you do that math.
Right, I am. So the Homebrew Challenge is we pick a theme every 6 weeks, and then there's three challenges within each theme.
Yeah.
The current theme for spooky season is spooky.
Spooky.
We're gonna roll on this table right here, and whatever we roll is gonna be your creation. And all of our submissions are taken via our Discord. And shall we just roll?
Let's do it, baby.
What are you hoping for? We just had
look.
Monster, which was
Let's have a look.
pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. BBEG, always great.
Yeah.
But quite similar to Monster in a way, I think.
Yeah.
World Primer.
Yeah.
World Primer would be dope.
I think a spooky world
But I'm
primer would
rolling,
be
so
cool.
there's no way.
I'm rolling. Am I not?
Didn't you roll Monster?
I don't think
Oh
so.
my god, you can roll.
No, maybe I did roll Monster.
You can roll.
I think I did roll Monster.
You can roll though.
Yay!
Are you ready?
Yeah, am I rolling?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So you can't, if it lands on
18.
18,
Yes.
you cannot have it.
Kiss the dice.
Mwah. I need in comments down below
I'm
and
not
in
hearing
chat.
it. Mwah. All right, you ready?
No.
Oh, I guess.
Cook it a little longer.
Shall I? The
anticipation. Go.
I thought you wanted me to cook it. 14.
A BBEG.
Yeah!
A big, bad, evil
yeah!
guy. BBEG.
Hell yeah.
Spooky.
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
You can tell me just the lore of the BBEG. You can tell me the BBEG's plans. Maybe a little bit about what has led up to this point in the campaign for the BBEG.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or we're at the end of the campaign and the player characters have beaten the BBEG and thwarted their plans And you can tell me back.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. Wow.
Big,
It's perfect.
BBEG. Spooky.
Spooky BBEG.
I need a spooky BBEG.
That's really, really, really cool. So we normally put up a template. It's a completely optional template.
Yeah.
It will be there again for something like a BBEG. You can include a stat block if you want to.
Yeah.
You can just do the lore if you want to.
Yeah.
There is no hard rules
You can
at
do
all.
You can do like the journey so far of
Yeah,
the BBEG.
you do whatever you want to do, honestly. And
They've got to be big. They've got to be bad. They've got to be evil.
yeah,
It's the only thing.
just a little guy,
Just a little evil
Just
guy.
a little evil bad guy.
And it's got to be spooking. It's got to be spooking.
So in case you missed the last time we updated on the character limit, we used to have a hard rule of 1 message. However, Nitro users had a huge advantage.
Which is unfair.
So Nitro users, you get 1 message, which is 4,000 characters.
Yes.
And standard users, you get 2 messages, which is 4,000 characters. You know what? I should just say 4,000 characters. Right?
Yes.
You have 4,000 characters worth of an entry.
There you go.
And you have until this date.
You have until
this date
I'll tell you exactly
to when submissions close. The
23rd of October.
You have till the 23rd of October. You have exactly 1 week from today.
October.
Go to our Discord. The link is in our description below, and it will take you straight to where you need to go. There is a whole category for all the information you need. And give us your spooky BBEGs. And
it better be spooking though.
Tune in on Thursday. Tune in on Thursday.
We've never released a podcast on a Tuesday.
Tune in on Thursday to see the winners of a spooky monster.
The wieners. Okay.
Shall we get into it?
Yeah, I guess so.
I feel like... No, we have one more thing. So, this actually happened last night.
Oh my
goodness. First of all, we once again went through our Spotify analytics. So many of you there. 1.2k of you there.
Insane.
Thank you so much. And you know what? Since we've been like the 50 comments things, a lot of people have been coming from Spotify to comment on the YouTube channel being
Spotify listener, but just wanted to say hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I wish there was a way that we could interact with you properly on Spotify. I know that there's like the Q&A thing, but we can't reply to you.
Yeah.
But just know we appreciate you very, very, very much.
Somebody asked a question on Spotify.
Yes, Miriam asked a question in our number 5 podcast. We were talking about Matthew. He's oh my god, I'm gonna get it wrong again. What is he?
A computer
person. Oh god.
He computes.
He's a computer.
He does the computing.
He's a computer person, and he creates good things.
He does the tippy tappies on the keyboard.
He does tippy tappies,
and he makes the good thing happen on the computer.
Yeah, he's in games development basically.
He does UI stuff.
He does UI stuff.
He's very, very good at UI.
He's incredible at what he does.
He's a fantastic programmer.
Yes. Last time we said this, he was like, "I can't believe you don't know my job title." We were like,
"I don't know."
Listen,
does anybody have a job title anymore?
I mean, well, yeah, probably.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I feel like you have a job title and then you just go to work and do 4,000 different jobs.
Yeah.
So you say you've got a job title, but you don't just do that job.
Yeah, but anyway, he's great at what he does, and we had mentioned in the earlier videos. He has a couple of D&D apps on the app stores for both iOS and Play Store.
Yes.
And one of them is a Homebrew item app that you can basically create items in. You can track them. You can use QR codes to scan them between each other.
Yeah.
It is
good.
Honestly, amazing. And I'm not just saying it because it's Matthew. I mean, I am saying it because it's Matthew's app.
It is a dope app.
It's something we would have used anyway.
Yeah.
And it just means that you don't have to constantly keep like pieces of paper. I mean, I like physical things, but for magical items, especially how many we get from you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not anymore.
10. No, not anymore. Yeah.
Getting slimmed down on the magic items next campaign.
It is a 10 out of 10 app. I would always recommend it. He also has a Druid Wild Shape app too, where you can track if you play it traditionally, where you can only wild shape into creatures you have seen.
Yeah.
He has all of the lists, all the CRs. It's a wonderful app.
Yeah.
So
we'll link them down below.
In the
YouTube description.
The links are there. Please check them out.
Check them out if you need them.
Really incredible apps. And you'd be supporting our friend, which would mean a lot to us. Matthew. Good guy. Great guy.
Good person. I like Matthew.
Yeah, I tolerate Matthew.
Matthew is a good guy.
So, Miriam, if you're listening, that's where you can find them.
That's where you can find them.
I'll put them in the links to the Spotify description too.
Yes.
So, shall we get into it?
Horror. Wholesome.
And tears.
Tears and crying.
Man, some of the some of the wholesome stories.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you.
We're cooking.
It got me crying, shitting, pissing, throwing up
Oh,
last night.
no. You
Yep.
shit yourself.
I shit myself.
No, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I was so upset. I just
You didn't even ask for some help to clean it
squeezed one
up.
out. Yeah, no.
No.
So yeah, today we are doing some D&D horror stories mixed with some heartwarming stories.
Beautiful.
I think that's you know what, the amount of people who are like, I'm so glad you started doing it in this format, because some of the horror. First of all, you know, I said the wholesome stories are really nice.
The horrors are tragic.
Some of the horror stories in this,
fantastic.
I don't want to say this is one of the worst ones we've done in a while.
Great.
But I do want to preface now,
Great.
the horror stories in this are really fucking bad.
Hey, we got to do it.
But they are juxtapositioned with the wholesome stories. So these are all submissions.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. Thank you for being vulnerable with us and sharing these.
Have you got your snacks? Have you got your drinks?
Yeah, because this is entertainment, baby. We're taking your trauma and we're making it entertaining. Yeah.
But buckle up.
Buckle up. Buckle in.
Do this together.
Yeah, indeed. And thank you so much to everyone who has shared your stories with us.
Yes.
The reason we share these stories is because if we need to talk about these things.
Yeah.
If we don't talk about them, if we sweep them under the rug, nothing is going to change.
Nothing's going to change, baby.
And it has to.
And we got to bring change.
We got to bring change.
We got to bring change.
We do.
We got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be living our lives like this.
No.
In this world.
No way.
In the year
This
of our
economy.
Lord 2023.
No way.
Woo!
All right. So let's get into it. So we always start on a horror story and we always finish on a wholesome story.
We always do, baby.
So this story has been sent in by faerynn and she goes by she, they.
Okay.
Thank you so much, faerynn.
Thank you,
What a
faerynn.
beautiful name, by the
Very,
way.
very beautiful name.
Stunning name.
Fantastic name.
I do want to give a trigger warning that there is essay in this story.
Okay.
Just a warning. So it starts with, hi guys, love the podcast. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
My first ever D&D game I played was when I was 16. It was online over Discord. I found the game through the Reddit looking for group on Reddit. Obviously, Margaret. And became close friends with a few people in the server, including the DM. One day, our DM's IRL friend joins the server and is coming into our upcoming game. We'll call this guy Dave. So Dave adds me on Discord, asking me about my character.
It's always Dave.
It's always Dave. It's always Dave.
Sorry to anyone in here called Dave.
Yeah, Dave, we love you.
Yeah.
We're not talking about you, Dave. But I'm playing a tiefling cleric, and he mentions to me that he'll be playing an orc barbarian. He seems really sweet, asking me questions about my character before they get weird. The questions start when he asks what her cup size is, and then if she's experienced in bed, etc.
Okay.
And to say,
just a note. Kind of weird.
yeah, bit weird.
Bit fucking weird.
Bit weird, bit fucking weird. And to say the least, I'm weirded out.
Yeah, there you go. Who'd have thought it, huh?
Weird.
Who'd have thought that would weird you out?
Weird. I hadn't said anything about my age because no one had asked. I had a high-pitched voice and was pretty immature back then, and he would blatantly just ask me these things. Anyway, I overlooked it and we talked about our character backstories, and Dave decides his whole character's gimmick is that he fell in love with mine while she was a physician in his village after a plague. Cut to when we start the game. We all get introduced in a tavern, the standard session 1 stuff, and then it gets to assigning rooms. We're a big party, there's 8 of us, so that's 4 rooms, 2 in each. The gender split of the members were 3 female, 5 male characters, and my character is the one left to share a room with a male character. Dave perks up and asks if his character can share a room with mine. I agree since they knew each other and it would make sense. As our DM asks us what we're doing in our downtime on the night, Dave proceeds to heavily describe his character doing the solo deed while my character is making notes.
What?
Our DM cautions him and begins to describe a fade to black. However, Dave starts to talk over him, describing him trying to convince my character to join. I left the game after that, but have been told that Dave's character slapped the ass of another one of our players' character who has a succubus character. Allegedly, this was because it's in her nature as a succubus.
Okay, right.
That was the second strike and he was removed after that. But still, he is friends with our DM today, but the game didn't continue after he left.
What are you doing, Dave?
What? Come on,
What are you doing,
Dave?
Why are you describing yourself sat there fondling yourself?
Oh my God, that
fucking creep.
That is. And like, this is the thing. I feel like this is a common thing. This is a way freaks like Dave can get away with being weird and creepy. But then they're like, I didn't do anything to you.
Oh,
I didn't do anything to your character. Although, to be fair, it says he talked over the DM, being like,
over the DM.
Join me.
And the DM, like, trying to, like, fade it to black
I know.
is obviously a clear sign that they aren't comfortable doing this either. But, man, that is awkward.
I mean, you know, there's something to be said that the DM, at the point where Dave tried to convince the character to join in, when the player is actually a 16-year-old girl.
What are you doing?
What are you fucking doing? The DM should have stepped in and done more, honestly. And the fact that the DM remains friends with his people actually says volumes about the type of person that this DM is.
Yeah.
And obviously, not all the blame is on the DM.
No. I mean, like, look, the blame's on Dave.
The blame is on Dave.
The blame
is absolutely on Dave. But how many times do we say it? Like, you have to. If you see someone being fucking weird to another person in game, you need to say something.
You need to stand up and say something.
You need to stand up and defend them. You need to tell this person that is not okay what they're doing.
Like, I just can't, like, fathom a world where you think it's appropriate to get on a Discord call playing D&D with your friends and people that you maybe don't know, and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to start jerking it. And it's like,
oh my god.
What in your brain thinks that that's like an acceptable way to act and an acceptable thing to say?
In a group of 8 people.
What the fuck
you know, the thing is,
what's wrong with you?
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
What the actual fuck?
What the fuck?
The thing is, Dave obviously felt empowered, and it's because people like the DM who don't immediately shut it down and just try to fade to black. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, scared me. Like, that's why these people feel emboldened. And again, like, you'll hear so often people being like, oh, well, I didn't do anything to you. But that's...
But you did.
But you did.
But you did.
But you did.
I was there, you were there, you were speaking, I was receiving what you were speaking. That's affecting me.
Yeah, but that's how people find loopholes in these things, and it's absolutely completely pathetic.
It's not a loophole.
Yeah, it's completely pathetic.
Your loophole ain't looping, my friend.
And again, how many times do we hear, he asked my bust size?
Get
your fucking heads out the gutter.
What the fuck are you doing?
Get your heads out the gutter.
At what point in your life have you ever asked anyone that question and it been appropriate?
Yeah, ever.
Why is it just because we put the tag of like fantasy D&D on it? Do you think it's now acceptable?
No, pathetic.
Absolutely
God. Fucking disgusting.
Dave, you are a fucking disgusting rat of a human. Garbage rat.
Garbage rat.
You are garbage
You're
rat.
a garbage rat. Is it Shams? Shams who really likes
Shams
us saying garbage rat. Big up Shams.
Big up Shams.
He's just calling garbage rat just for you. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Vile, pestilent, putrid, necrotic behavior.
Oh my god. Absolutely 100%.
By the way.
Like, truly disgusting.
Man,
and please, DMs. Not just DMs.
Players.
Everyone. Every human being on this earth. If you see a man, especially a fucking man, doing this to a woman, stop it.
Stop it.
Stop them.
Stand up and just say something.
Fucking stop them.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Just be like, what are you doing? Hit him with a Brandon. What's your intentions?
Yeah, wait, what's your intentions with this? And you know what? You see anyone acting this towards, like, to anyone. Yeah.
Do it. Any like inappropriate sexual behavior between any people who are clearly not consenting, or just it's never been spoken about. If we're okay with this, we need to stop and be like, first of all, are we okay with this? Second of all, that's already too far.
Yep.
But when we come to things like this, I always just think to myself, we clearly just didn't session zero this. Like,
we didn't.
In session zero, one thing that absolute, like, topics like sex and things like that, absolute. Everyone needs to know if they're comfortable or not.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like,
totally.
I don't think you should ever start a D&D campaign without knowing if everyone's okay with sexy time.
Yeah, no, absolutely, definitely.
And like
where the limits are drawn to.
What are the limits? Yeah, it's like,
where the limits are drawn.
Because you can have a beautiful, like, intimate relationship with another character, and we can just fade to black that.
Of course.
But the point where we start to talk about us touching ourselves,
disgusting.
What the fuck are we doing?
Disgusting.
It was like that person who got like the smut mags.
Oh my god.
And was like, I go to the toilet.
Oh my god. I know.
Like,
Oh my god. And you know what? Again, just once more, add it to the list. Add it to the amount of times that this happens to people. Add this to the list of the amount of times this happens to people.
Yeah.
Because it does. Disgusting. Thank you so much for sending a story and faerynn. Very much appreciate it. I'm so sorry.
I hope that's never happened to you again.
Yeah.
We need a session 0. Make sure we talk about what is, because it's okay to want some intimacy in D&D.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's okay
of course
to
it
want
is.
to have a relationship with another party member or an NPC. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But we need to draw hard lines as to where it is appropriate and inappropriate and what we talk about and what we don't talk about. If we are going to be including stuff like that, we need to make sure that was never discussed.
No.
And
again, the fact that Dave got them in a call alone.
Cup size, please.
Yeah, that is so
just
predatory.
Checklist.
Just literally getting them in a call alone as well. Fuck you, Dave.
You are
suck.
a fucking creep.
Yeah, you suck.
Creep.
All right.
Anyway,
oh God.
Next.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
This is okay. This is the first heartwarming one. So let's cleanse. Let's hydrate the hate away. Everyone, are you hydrated? Are you drinking?
Are you hydrating?
Huh? Good.
Let me hydrate.
Go on.
I haven't had a chance to see.
No.
So I'm gonna go into this wholesome story real mad.
You're gonna go in fuming. You're gonna hear the first sentence be like, "Oh!"
See, now I'm calm.
Actually, to be fair, the amount of times in the watch party, people haven't realized that we've moved on to a wholesome story, and they're like, "This doesn't seem bad."
This one seems alright.
All right, so this one has been sent in by Roachie, and they go by they them.
Thank you, Roachie, for your submission.
Thank you so much, Roachie. Hi there, I've only recently stumbled upon your guys' content, but I absolutely love all the stories / advice and just your guys' personality.
Oh, thank you.
It's very rare when I listen to podcasts, but I honestly just can't get enough.
Oh, that's very, very nice of you.
Thank you so much, Roachie.
Thank you, Roachie.
We're so glad that you're here. Anyway, I wanted to submit a wholesome story, but it's more so in regards to my girlfriend and the incredible job she has done as a DM. For starters, a homebrew campaign that myself, 2 friends, and my sister are part of has been a passion project of hers for the past 4 years or so. To say that this campaign is her baby would be a severe understatement. So much time and effort has been put into the NPCs, the world, the lore, and just the campaign as a whole, and it is so genuinely awe-inspiring. She has worked extensively with each of us to flesh out our characters' backstories and their place in her world as well. For example, I play a human ranger by the name of Faerynn, and while I had initially planned for him just to be a no-name soldier, part of a bigger military organization, he is now fully developed into being one of the highest-ranking soldiers within his home country's military, as well as being on first-name basis with another country's royal family. In brackets, it's crazy what networking you can have when you have a homoerotic friendship with a well-known prince, lol. Amen to that!
Yeah, baby.
Me and my girlfriend have spent hours upon hours fleshing out Fenric's story, as well as the eventual / blossoming romance between him and the prince. So much so that I think I can attribute these characters to helping us realize our own feelings for each other. We're about a year or so into the campaign, and despite a hiatus, she has taken a much-needed break for the campaign, but I am happy to say that she's now working on it again and revamping some lore that I can't wait to hear about. We as a group are still so excited about where the story will lead us. And even beyond that, my girlfriend is such a great DM and such an inspiration that everyone in the group has been working on our own retrospective campaigns. One being a Five Nights at Freddy's inspired campaign, another being a sci-fi / cyberpunk one, and another one being a more traditional fantasy setting, and mine being a Wild West-esque one. We as a group have plans on starting weekly sessions up again, and I can't wait. We wouldn't be where we were if my girlfriend didn't take that leap by sharing her very personal passion project with us, and I couldn't be more grateful and more proud of everything that she has done. Sorry if this got a little rambly, I just love my girlfriend a lot. Oh, Roachie. Roachie.
Your girlfriend's clearly got passion.
Oh yeah, totally.
And drive to do this.
I think that's all you need sometimes.
You've got to have a want, and your girlfriend clearly has like a desire.
Totally, yeah, no, totally.
To do this. So big up your girlfriend. It sounds amazing. The fact that you're also invested, and the fact that your girlfriend turned your character from
just a no-name soldier into having like a really rich and fleshed out backstory,
like with connections overseas, with a romance with the prince.
Yeah.
It's just I think when you come to Dungeons and Dragons and have like almost zero expectations, and then it turns into this, you sort of begin to realize like the majesty of Dungeons and Dragons.
Totally. Yeah, completely. Like there's always going to be a point where it clicks in your head and you're like, oh my God, this is really This
is
really is
more.
it. This really is it.
This is bigger than I ever thought, more than I ever thought.
Totally.
Like, I thought it was just going to be a game where we roll dice, but it's almost like a second life.
It is. No, it is like a second life.
Crazy.
Truly it is. And you know what? I feel like this resonated with me because this is very much, I think, how I reflect on you. Like, as the DM. Like, no,
me.
like, yeah, you.
Little old me.
Me. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, this is how I reflect on you, right? Like, when you just decided, it was like a very spur of the moment. You were like, I'm just going to DM.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try it because we're desperate to play more D&D and I think I can do it. And you doing that has sparked like the best D&D games we've ever and probably will ever play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can only speak personally to that, but of course I'm going to think what you do for us is the absolute S tier of anything.
Well, thank you.
Right? You know what I mean? And it's the same, like your passion for it. How like you've inspired all of us. Granted, Matthew had already DM'd, but you know, now you've taken a break and Abby's like, yeah, I'll try it. Josh is like, I'll try it. I won't, but
well, you did.
Yeah,
you did though. You did.
I did.
It.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I think it's you know, to take the spotlight off you a little bit. I can see you getting very uncomfortable with it.
No. You know, like it's. I think. To me, it was different though. Clearly, this person's had like this homebrew world like brewing.
Yes.
And then like a year or so ago, they've let people in, and when they've let people in, it's just like blown people away, which is like amazing. Yeah. It's so awesome.
Yeah. That must feel amazing for her as well.
To take the plunge and let people in is a big thing.
It is very much so.
And the fact that you took a well-neated break, very
well
done.
I know.
Take care of yourself.
This is a green flag.
This is very important.
Submission.
Very important.
Let's be honest.
But yeah, like I didn't have the world that I built for 4 years.
No.
I was just like, I need to play more Dungeons and Dragons, and I can't find a dungeon master who's doing it the way I want it done. So I was just, I'll do it, and then the rest was history.
Yeah, well, thank God you did.
Yeah,
thank God you did. And again, you know, the whole when Roachie's like, she sat with me and she hours and hours and hours and planned out the character. Like that's very much us.
Yeah.
Like I start with a very vague idea and we work on it together. And I'd say you do the same with everyone. But, you know,
I don't get the thing is because we live together.
Exactly, you get the constant stream.
Yeah,
of
and I don't get the availability to do that as much as everybody else.
Yeah, totally.
Abby sends me lots of voice messages.
Yeah.
So I get to like do that in sort of with Abby.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna try and do the same with Josh and Matthew this time.
Yeah, you should.
Because I think you could tell in the last campaign. Matthew, you and Abby got the most because I'd spoken to you both the most.
Totally, yeah,
I want to speak to Josh and Matthew more this time.
Yeah, you should.
So I can give them as much.
I'm sure they would be more than happy to do that.
I think they will. They will.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Roachie, I'm. See, this is the joy of D&D.
Yeah, this is why we play Dungeons and Dragons.
This is why you play D&D. Well done to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well done to you and all your players.
100%.
Very much. And again, I resonate with this.
Yeah, your girlfriend should be really proud of themselves.
I feel very much the same about you.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much, Roachie.
Thanks,
for your
Roachie.
submission.
And say a big well done to your girlfriend for us.
Yes, please do. Are we ready? Are we ready to go back into a horror?
Oh yeah, love it. Can't wait. That's exactly what I want.
All right. Okay. Everyone, buckle in. Buckle up. Here we go.
Put your seatbelts on, baby.
Hands on the wheel. So
hands off the wheel.
Hands. Oh yeah, no, hands off.
Just let it veer into the.
Yeah. So this has been sent in by Jatu, and he goes by he, him.
Jatu, he, him. Thank you so much for your submission.
So much, Jatu. This is a horror story in a campaign my husband ran, and I was a player in last year. We really wanted to play D&D and have people commit to a time to play, since our last campaign with a group of friends fell through. So I like how you've been very polite and not laughed at all the words I've said wrong.
You said a lot of words wrong.
I've said a lot of words wrong.
And I want to, but it's when it comes to horror and wholesome stories, I feel less obliged to, because like if someone's talking about their very horrendous experience with like essay or something, I'm like, fins.
Yeah.
What a fucking loser. It feels kind of
understood. Inappropriate. Some would say.
I'll start doing it now.
No. So we had the bright idea to go to Reddit and find random people online to see if 3 people would be a perfect match for our game. It took some time, but eventually we found 3 guys who seemed to click well with us and agreed on a time to play, since I had a very weird work schedule and could only play Monday nights.
Fair dues. Gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta
do what you gotta do.
Squeeze it in when you gotta squeeze it in.
Yeah, you do. Well, after our first session, one of our players just ghosted us, and Dio, another player, said his friend is looking for a campaign to join, so we agreed that worked best. Well, during the campaign, it was getting kind of difficult. Dio started to run and control things very quickly. He would start criticizing my husband on some of the things he came up with in the campaign, and it would crush him because he spent days coming up with it.
Bit
and
cringe.
Bit cringe.
Bit cringe.
Bit rude.
Bit rude.
Bit
Why don't you
rude.
fucking run
Criticizing
Dio?
the DM.
Dio? How about you fucking sit in the hot seat, baby?
He literally spent days coming up with it, and he was always excited to show it in the next session. Dio would also be super protective over another player's character, to a point if another person didn't agree with this player, he would yell and scold us.
Okay, also cringe.
Also cringe. For me, I was playing a neutral evil fairy that just didn't care for others, for he was on his own mission, and in character, I made a comment about Dio. Well, after that, he started to pick on me, making my character feel like he is useless, and was just overall very mean.
Cringe.
Bit cringe.
A little bit cringe.
One session, he started going off on me because the player he was so protective of was turned evil from an artifact he picked up. But being a neutral evil wizard, I casted magic missiles trying to knock the item out of his hands. But he also at the same time started doing something. We both had to roll to see whose action made the first move. He got the higher roll that caused me to hit the player instead, and he just blew up at me.
Oh.
He spent the next hour of the battle and afterward calling me names, disrespecting me, and making me feel like I was back in high school again, even though I'm a 30-year-old guy. It just gave me the worst flashbacks of being bullied and just feeling like I had no one in my corner. Well, that night I spoke to my husband about how I was feeling, and I just broke down crying from the whole situation. Right away, he sent Dio a message about the situation. Go on.
No.
Go on.
I wouldn't.
No, go on.
I wouldn't dream.
It's all right. Go on.
Nope. I've got nothing to say.
About the situation. Asking if it was just role play or if it was real to me. Because as a person, it made both of us very uncomfortable. Dio never actually gave a clear answer and just said that's what his character would do.
Kind of cringe.
During the next session, it just seemed really awkward and the role playing wasn't going anywhere. Dio then decides, without even talking it through with my husband, he kills off his character and plays a new character altogether instead of just apologizing in game.
Wow, that's an extreme.
That is an extreme.
Fucking hell, that's a weird way to deal with it.
After that session, my husband thought it was a better idea. Go on.
I couldn't possibly.
After that session, my husband thought it was a better idea to just end the campaign altogether than just have Dio pick on me more, because his new character was starting to flat out just insult me for no reason too.
Amazing.
Now we're just kind of afraid to pick up D&D again because we don't want to have the same experience, but we really love the game and want to play in a campaign.
Join the Discord.
Oh man, God, Jatu, that's...
Little Discord plug.
Go on.
No, but I'm just saying, join the Discord.
Oh.
That's what you should do, because there's loads of people in there who will never make you feel like that.
Yeah, man.
But I'm just Dio.
Yeah.
Kind of cringe.
Kind of cringe.
If Dio, let me ask you a quick question.
Go on.
Dio. If you had sat there all week in your own volition, in your own time, in your own free time where you're not at work or doing social things or socializing with your family or your friends or whatever, if you were to take that time and plan for a group of people that you play Dungeons and Dragons with, and you'd been thinking at night and in your spare time about what you were going to do for the next adventure for your players, and somebody was like, well, this isn't very good.
Man.
How do you think that would make you feel, Dio?
First of all, obviously Dio doesn't give a fuck.
Dio clearly gives zero fucks.
I feel like the only person Dio cares about is Dio.
Dio cares about himself.
Yeah.
And nobody else.
Like, listen, like...
Dio is kind of cringe.
Yeah, Dio's very cringe. Like, just treat the people around you with some respect.
Yeah, you fucking dungeon master.
Especially your dungeon master, who's spent, again, their free time planning things for you. And you know what? Everything else is terrible too.
Yeah, it's all terrible.
Like,
it's all terrible.
You should never, ever be yelling. First of all, you should never be yelling.
No, like...
You should never be yelling at each other at the table.
There's so many ways to communicate before yelling.
Yeah. And
Go on, babe. You tell him. Go on, tell him.
I completely understand, like, especially men, right? Men, you have taught the way to channel your feelings is to be angry.
Is to shout.
I understand that, and you've been failed completely by society because of that,
yes.
right? But
we do things. We get angry.
Yeah.
We have, like, there's no way to channel our emotions other than just
anger. Yeah, the default emotion is anger.
It's shouting,
and that's not fair to you.
That's kind of cringe.
Yeah, but it's also not fair to everyone else around you.
Absolutely
and
not.
You should never be at a point where you're yelling at people around the table
and insulting them, whether it's like in character or not. Like, look, we can have a little joke where we like call each other names and stuff like that. And if it's all in good jest and the vibes are right, then I get it. That's fine. But, if you're literally just like spending the hour shouting expletives and shouting names at someone, you got to understand that at some point they're probably going to go, are they mad at me?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, and, Jatu says here, specifically, it felt like I was in high school again being bullied. Like, if you treat someone so badly around you that they're being brought back to that.
Brought back to high school bullying.
You really need to look at yourself in the mirror.
You're doing something wrong there.
You
Dio.
really need to evaluate how you treat people around you. Yeah. And you need to evaluate how you channel your feelings, because that's not normal.
Well, this is the problem. This is not knowing how to channel your feelings.
No, that's it.
This is I don't know how to channel my feelings, so I just shout and be nasty.
But there's also an argument to be made. Why the fuck are you yelling at someone over someone accidentally, like, losing in a roll off and accidentally
with you, by the way?
Yeah, no, not with you. No, not with you. With the player that Dio is protective of.
No, but Dio and Jatu were trying to do something to their friend, the one that Dio was protective of.
Oh.
Jatu was trying to shoot the artifact out of the hand.
I see.
Dio went first, obviously moved them slightly, so then the magic missiles hit.
I see. I read that as the player who had the artifact in their hand was also trying to do something.
So I'm not going to say it was Dio's fault. But it's them's the rolls, them's the dice. That's why we play D&D. These things happen.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. This obviously stinks like shit.
Yeah, this stinks.
This stinks like shit.
Dio's behavior and Dio's attitude towards other people at the table is just fucking heinous. Like, fucking, as a dungeon master, if I came to D&D and my players were like, I could literally plan anything, and my fucking players will just have a good time because they just want to play D&D. Like, you're clearly looking for a curated experience that this dungeon master's not giving you, but I think you need to understand that, like, we have fucking jobs and lives, and maybe if it's not up to your fucking standards, Dio, how about you fucking DM? How about you fucking take up the mantle? I don't want you to, because I think you'll be fucking terrible with this attitude, but, like, if you're coming in here and slagging off other dungeon masters, have you fucking sat there?
Yeah, no, I know. That's it. It's easier. Kids in glass houses throw stones.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. You don't understand you clearly don't understand what it feels like. And I would like Jatu to go and tell their husband.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Like this is a message specifically for you and your husband now.
Yeah, like it's like anyone who's ever said what you've prepared isn't good enough will never fucking understand. And it's so hard to like turn it off. But at that point, when somebody who doesn't understand starts to slag you off and tell you what you've done isn't good enough, you need to find a way to just turn it off, because they don't care about you. Yeah, they're out there to hurt your feelings and nothing else.
That's the point where it's them projecting onto 100%. You, unfortunately. And that's not fair. But I want to make it so clear, this is not normal.
No.
What you've experienced here, and again, people are not told this enough. This was your first time trying to find people online to play with.
Yeah.
The first groups you played D&D
probably
with...
never going to be right.
Yeah, probably never going to be right. It's very rare that they are right. I promise you, there is absolutely a group out there for you, and the same goes to anyone listening.
Your husband should come into the Discord and post their campaign in our Dungeon Master forum.
Yep.
And be like, I'm looking for a few players.
Yep.
Because in there, you will never be made to feel bad about what you've prepared. You will never have people shouting at you.
Never.
You will never have people insulting you.
Never.
And if you do, I'll kick them out the Discord.
Yeah, like
this. But like, I just want to say quickly to your husband, like, this person clearly doesn't have the fucking. They don't know what it feels like to open yourself up, because dungeon mastering is that you are opening yourself up, you are letting people in. This is what I think is a good campaign.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I like to prepare. And for someone to criticize that, it's because you can not like something that a dungeon master prepares, but that's just because they're running a game that maybe you're not interested in.
Yeah, and it's not your personal
That's
taste.
fine. But when you start to say that it's not good enough or something like that, incorrect.
And as well as that,
Fucking horseshit.
let's say, other side of the coin, Dio has done all of this. That's even worse.
That's even worse.
That's even worse.
The fact that you've put yourself on the line and
Even
then
worse.
you watch somebody else put themselves on the line and don't support them is horrendous.
Yeah, Jatu, this is not a you problem. This is not a husband problem. This is
Jatu-
a Dio problem.
In the Discord with your husband, get your game up. If you want to get back on the horse of playing D&D, that's the place to
People
do it.
are always biting off DM's hands to play
Oh
D&D.
my God.
Like, posts go up from DMs and they go immediately.
Dungeon Masters post their games, and within about half an hour, I see there's 500 comments.
Yeah.
There's
It's
like,
yeah.
this is my idea
Yeah,
for a character,
yeah.
and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to you and your husband, and fuck you, Dio. You suck.
yeah, Jatu and your husband, we love you. You've been treated badly here. Dio sucks. Dio can get fucked. There you go.
Yeah. Normal people won't do that
so
to you.
bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's pick this up with a heartwarming story, shall we?
Are we hydrating?
Are we hydrating? You better be. I need to.
Do you
I
be
need to.
hydrated? Very good, very good. That's when you know you're hydrated, when you're gasping for air.
When you're absolutely gasping for it. So this heartwarming story, this has been sent in by PumpkinSlayer, and he goes by him.
Let's go, PumpkinSlayer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey guys, love the show and hope this makes it into an episode. It did.
Congratulations, you have
Woo!
arrived. PumpkinSlayer.
I've been my 6 players DM for over a year now, and I have loved every session with them. I've seen these people come out into their characters with so much heart, I couldn't be a luckier DM. My homebrew world would be nothing without them living in it. This is a real tearjerker, so get some tissues. It is, can confirm, yes it is. Oh my god, I cry so much, obviously.
What?
I take pictures of myself crying all the time because I like to send them to my friends, being like, crying again. And
Again, look how much I cry.
on my Google Photos, it's like, oh, it makes suggestions every day. And it's like, oh, here's a collage. It was just a collage of me crying. So add it to the bank.
Add it to the bank,
Add
baby.
it to the bank. My party had a rogue, Hoxie. Right. Go on. Hokzii. Hoxie. Anything? Go on.
Doing a great
Thank
job.
you. My party had a rogue, Hoxie. With a backstory of betrayal, evil, and trickery, none of which he did, but rather his family that was slaughtered by a metallic dragon who was disgusted that they were descendants of a chromatic dragon and killed them. Very cool. Only 2 survived and started a small family and had 2 boys, one being Hoxie and his brother Ronia. The original 2 were then hunted down by the metallic dragon cult and also killed. Hoxie trained and sought revenge and to avenge his parents' death before meeting the party and turning a new leaf of friendship and dependence on another once again. Unfortunately, the metallic dragon was not out of the picture, and about 8 months into our campaign, Hoxie would lose his life to it.
No, Hoxie!
This was pre-discussed with my player Tallboy, as it was a part of Tallboy, and it was a part of his backstory and had always been a lingering threat, as well as Tallboy also having Ronia, Hoxie's brother, as a backup character.
Of course.
The party held a funeral for Hoxie, and it makes me watery-eyed to this day. Are we ready?
Are we prepared?
Are we prepared? The barbarian cried as his drinking buddy, and the guy that helped him in social interactions hurt him more than any blade or hammer ever could. The wizard used her strongest spell with the druid to both make Hoxie's grave beautiful and protected, somewhere pretty for him as well as safe. The paladin got a voice from his god as this was something that was out of his control and that he shouldn't hold himself accountable. So he flexed for his show-off bro as the tears fell down his tensed muscles. His rogue arms swore she'd avenged him, and she said sorry that she never said thank you for pulling her out of her dark place with his laughter and caring heart. And finally, the sorcerer took flight with handfuls of dirt from around the grave and threw them into the air as he flapped and turned all of the dirt and dust into glowing and luminescent cloud that floated away on the moonlit night. I still question. I can't see because tears in my eyes.
No!
I still question how pretend characters my party plays for 10 hours a month got me sobbing, but I am glad that they are my players and that they have, like I said right at the start, made my homebrew world feel so special, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Count me the lucky one. Man.
What's the rogue's name?
Hoxie. Man. Like, tell me that this isn't the joy of D&D.
Yeah, the joy of D&D is losing your character.
Yeah, but you know, like, we say this all the time, right? Like, the death of a PC, the loss of a character can completely shape how things go forward.
Completely change the dynamic of a campaign.
Completely change it.
It's weird because obviously we know the different opinions upon death, and all are fine. We don't care. But you know, like, I think sometimes it can almost like define a campaign in the way, like, not only do we have a BBEG that maybe the DM's telling, we've got like a secondary BBEG who we just now want nothing more than to just murder.
Yeah, like, literally, like,
we want nothing more than to walk into that metallic dragon's lair
and avenge our friend.
Fucking murder them.
Yeah, definitely.
And like, some people will get reckless. Some people might
lose their lives.
Some people might lose their lives again. Some people might like make rash decisions.
Yeah, totally.
We might start getting analysis paralysis because we need to do this, but also I want nothing more than to do
that.
Yeah,
totally.
And it starts to just add like different layers of emotions.
Absolutely.
And decision making.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just hard.
And you know, like, it's so nice as well here. Seeing how PumpkinSlayer says, like, I'm the lucky one, like, my world would be nothing without my players. Like, this goes to show, right? Like, yeah, we've read out all these horrible horror stories about DMs hating their players and vice versa. Like, this is what D&D is.
This is D&D.
It's your DM being grateful for you as players, and you as players completely buying into what the DM does. Yeah. And all of you together as friends having a good time. That's what D&D is.
That's what D&D should be.
100%.
You know, and it can be other things, but as long as you're having a good time,
yeah,
then D&D is D&D.
Oh my god, 100%. You could not do any roleplay at all. You could only do roleplay. You could have a gritty realism campaign.
As long as you're enjoying yourself.
Absolutely.
Man, just like the buy-in from everyone. And
totally.
Like, just the way that everyone like shows their respects.
Totally.
In their own sort of way.
And you know, like, not to get too much into it, because, you know, like, obviously there is themes of grief in this, right? I've always said D&D is such a great way to like work through some stuff as well. And, you know, maybe you haven't experienced the loss of someone, and this is the first time you've lost someone you care about, because of course you care for the characters in your game, right? Like, I think it's just such a great exercise in like learning new things about yourself, I think. And man, we just read out a whole funeral scene there for a character we don't even know.
Who doesn't technically exist in the real world.
But in that world it does. And everyone, I just love the idea that all of those friends sat around that table were all feeling the same feeling and all wanted to honor their friends, and I'm upset again.
Man, so it's just like the buy-in from everyone to like want to do something at the funerals, just so good.
I agree.
I just love that. I think it's so good.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for PumpkinSlayer for such a wonderful story.
I wonder who Hoxin came back as.
Well, they had he had his brother Ronia, right? So potentially came back as Ronia. Yeah, PumpkinSlayer, if you have a follow-up to like what actually happened, like,
yeah, I want to hear how they slid the metallic dragon.
I want to, because I'm assuming the metallic dragon stuff was purely Hoxie's backstory.
And you gotta hit me with the one-liner that somebody said when they got how do you want to do this on the dragon?
Hell yeah.
Even if it was just like, this is for Hoxton.
Hell yeah.
And they just chop the dragon's head
Oh
off.
my god.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, PumpkinSlayer, if you see this, wonderful story. Thank you so much.
Such a great story.
Please give us a follow-up to how this campaign ended. I would really love to know.
I would love to hear that.
I would love to know who Hoxie came back as well.
Yeah, was it Ronan?
Imagine coming back as his brother.
Yeah.
Man, very good. Wonderful. All right.
Beautiful.
Oh, well, on to the other side of absolute dog shit.
Horror story.
Total dog shite. All right, well, this has been sent in by Anonymous, and he goes by he, him.
She is Anonymous, he, him, for your submission.
Thank you so much, Anonymous. There is a trigger warning for animal abuse in this.
Great, love that.
That is just
so,
to let you know.
Just so great.
Yep. So, a few years ago, an old friend that I had kind of lost contact with dropped me a message about whether I would be up for running a D&D game for his mates. I'd never met his friends before, but none of them had any experience, and my friend knew I'd been playing for a long time and ran sessions for my group. I said I didn't have time to DM another campaign, but I would run a one-shot to show them the ropes. It went well, and one of the group decided to DM, and I stayed as a player.
Cool.
Partially to help them get to grips with it, but also because I rarely got to be a player.
Yeah.
These sessions were all over Discord. I played a revenant rogue, fairly numb to the world, but with a dog companion that kept me grounded and was my link to who I was before I died.
Very good.
My old friend was a lichen blood hunter. It wasn't long before the red flags occurred that I had chosen to ignore. My old friend made various jokes about losing control when he used his lichen powers, and a few of these jokes were directed at my character's dog. I ignored this despite it making me extremely uncomfortable because the group seemed to overlook it, and I assumed that these were just jokes made in bad taste. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I ended up having a schedule clash and they played a session without me. I returned to find that during the session that I had missed, his blood hunter had apparently essayed my character's dog.
Okay.
When they told me, the group were laughing about it. Suffice to say, I was quite upset. I tried to explain how this was really messed up, but I was met with comments like, well, it's just a game.
Oh.
And why do you care? It's just what my character would do.
Why would I care? Let's just. Why do you think I care?
Why do you think I care, you freak?
You fucking weirdo.
After trying to explain why it upset me for ages, and after no one else in the group spoke another word to another, after no one else in the group spoke a word one way or the other, I sat through the rest of the session in silence. I then left the chat and Discord without a word, and I didn't speak to that friend or the group ever again.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Do you know what always fucking pisses
Go
me
on.
off? The thing that pisses me off
Go
more
on.
than anything is when somebody does something wrong, right? And clearly very wrong because somebody's explaining to them, this is why what you've done has upset me.
Yeah.
Their immediate reaction and everyone else's reaction is, why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? It's just like, you clearly understand that you've done something wrong because now you're getting super defensive.
Yep.
And now you're trying to like make excuses and trying to almost persuade the person as to why they should find it funny as well.
Do you know what that's called? Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
That is absolutely gaslighting 101.
You shouldn't even have to explain why you're so upset.
Yeah, like that's the thing. And I do think there is some situations where if something has upset you and the person genuinely doesn't seem to understand, I think it can be helpful to explain why it has upset you.
Oh,
right?
I think there's nothing wrong with explaining why you're upset.
Yeah, but listen, he essayed your dog.
He essayed your dog.
He essayed your dog. And you know what?
And first of all, before anything else,
disgusting. Absolutely.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That is absolutely. If you think that's funny, that is absolutely bottom of the barrel. Get your fucking head checked, you actual freak of nature.
Is that all you've got to be funny? Is that?
Yeah. Is that all you have?
Is that what you've got?
Because
let me tell you,
not fucking funny.
It's not funny, and also it's fucking weird.
And you know what? I know.
You fucking weirdo.
I know that there would be people in this world who would hear this story and would absolutely be like, well, it's just a game. It's just a joke. It's funny. Because it's so completely out of this world and so disgusting. It's like shock humor funny,
Yeah, it's shock
right?
value, yeah.
To which I would say, this person, they've all played D&D together. They probably all have a backstory, right? This person has said specifically in their character backstory that their dog, their companion, is the only link that they have to who they were. So regardless of any of it, this was a really important part. It doesn't matter what it was,
No, it
dog or not.
Dog or not.
It was an important part of this character's backstory.
And for you to just like defile
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
For you to just ruin that for them.
To not give a fuck. Like, regardless of what it was and what it was you did. And I completely agree. I absolutely hate well, why'd you even care? It's just a game.
Like, tell me you've got a fucking guilty conscience.
Yeah, I know.
As soon as you have to go, oh, well, why'd you even care? It's just a game. It's just like, you know you fucked up.
And
right, first of all, apologize.
Yeah, absolutely. And
second of all, go get help.
Yeah, go get help, you freak.
You fucking weirdo.
Like, even if, let's say that the person who did this really was just like, it's just a funny joke. Like, that they really didn't read into it any more than that, and no one else did, right? Even if you don't believe you fucked up here, right? If someone then says to you, what you did upset me because X, Y, Z, you shouldn't be so arrogant to be like, no, it didn't. Or I don't think that's good enough.
Why
or
are you
it wouldn't
telling
upset me.
Why are you telling me what's upsetting?
Like, yeah, exactly. Why you don't get to decide what upsets someone or not. And I think this is something you learn as you mature and you become more in touch with your feelings and you understand how to manage your feelings a bit better. Just because you didn't mean to upset someone doesn't mean you haven't. And if you have, you need to listen to them and apologize for the fact that at the very least they're upset. You know what I mean?
And like to just do it when they weren't there as well.
Yeah, tell me you intended to do that.
Tell me you're a coward.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah,
You're
I
a
know.
Coward.
Like, that's just sneaky.
It's just so, and it's so weird.
That
to be what you do.
I know.
What's wrong with you, my friend?
I know.
You've got to either be 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the type of thing like 15-year-olds would find funny. Oh,
yeah,
I fucked the dog.
I fucked the dog.
Yeah, that's what 15-year-olds would find
up.
funny because they're children whose temporal lobe hasn't developed yet.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, I hate that. And again, I know that there's going to be people, not people who watch this, I don't think.
I fucking hope
no,
not.
but there's going to be people who are like, oh, it's obviously just a joke. But
like, yeah, but first of all, it's
context.
First of all,
context
it's also not funny
also,
in the slightest.
It's weird as fuck.
If you think that's funny, you are immature as fuck.
Yeah,
You've got literally no crack, and
like,
how can you ever think like a dog is funny?
Yeah.
Like, if you literally got nothing else about you, if you got nothing else about you to the point where you think that's funny, you need to fucking sort it out, my friend. You need to sort that shit out, because that's not funny.
No. I'm so sorry, OP, that this happened
sucks.
to you. This is so lame, and you are so valid in being upset about that, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
So valid.
100% valid.
And I'm so sorry that I'm glad that you just went, I'm out,
Yeah.
and just blocked these fucking
Peace.
losers. Yeah, I fucking hate
Tell you what
that.
that is. Cringe.
That's cringe.
So cringe.
Garbage rat.
It's garbage rat. It's cringe as hell.
All right, okay, let's move on to a nice one. Let's move on to a nice one. We've got a good one.
Okay,
We've got a good one
Let's
now.
go.
I really love this one.
Oh, I love this one too.
I
Because
love
you
this
love this
one.
And I love you. And
No, I
that
love
means
you. And Entity, tell them we love them.
We love you too.
You know, when you refuse to talk to someone in school and you'd be like, tell them
Can you
I'm
tell
not inviting
them
them to my birthday party.
They aren't invited to my birthday
When you'd be
party.
sat next to each other. We just did that.
Yeah.
Entity, tell them we love them.
Entity, can you tell them we love them?
Entity, can you tell them we love
I
them?
can't tell them.
I can't tell them. So this has been sent in by Katie, and she goes by she, her.
Thank you, Katie, for your submission to the
Thank
podcast.
you so much, Katie. Hello, I have submitted horror stories before, but never fear, I have a wholesome story today.
Woo!
I hope that this story can prove that although everyone might have had a horror scenario in the past, that there is a group out there for everyone that is kind and supportive.
Yeah, it is.
The group I am a part of today has restored my faith not only in D&D, but people as well.
In humanity.
Indeed. And that's why we put these stories in, right?
100%.
So on to the story. I am currently playing Nari, a Kalishtar Blighted Druid / Oath Conquest Paladin in a homebrew campaign.
Very cool.
I love her to pieces. A few sessions ago, my character was on watch with a Swarmkeeper Ranger Goblin. Our characters didn't know each other very well, but my character did see the bugs that he cared for. So to start making friends, Nari cast Druidcraft near the bugs, crafting leaves and things that the bugs would like to eat or sleep in. Our characters ended up laying on our stomachs and watching the bugs shuffle around. Although we didn't say a single word to each other in character, it was just a nice, quiet moment.
That's so cute.
I love that. Our party is currently in a labyrinth in an ancient temple. Each room we go into is a test of our skills as players and characters. Our DM is doing such a great job, and I cannot sing their praises enough. And I also know that they listen to the Eldritch Podblast. Big up, Katie's
Let's
DM.
go.
You're doing an amazing job.
You're doing a sick job.
In the labyrinth, one of the rooms had a riddle, the answer to each being a secret. Each party member then had to share a secret, nothing big, just something that qualified as one. The monk was hilarious, mentioning an apple pie that they'd stolen in childhood. My character mentioned how her family didn't know what she looked like now because she had ran away after becoming blighted. And the goblin swarmkeeper ranger said that he missed home. Seeing a kindred spirit, my character went over to the ranger and asked if he wanted a hug. The goblin had never had a hug before and asked what it was. My character said to copy her and held her hands out before parting them and wrapping them around the ranger. The goblin just said, "I like hugs."
No! No! My feelings! My heart!
A couple sessions later, a day in game, when the party awoke from a long rest, the ranger started going around and hugged each party member, learning what different hugs were like and how each person did it. This gave everyone at the table such a feeling of being loved and supported. It was so sweet, my heart melted, and I just said to the table, "I taught him how to do this." Now it's almost a ritual every morning that my character and the goblin giving a morning hug to each other. I love this group so much, and I'm so lucky to have found them. We're not just a D&D group anymore. We're a close group of friends.
I like hugs.
I like
hugs. I need comments. You need to tell me if you like hugs.
Oh my god.
Tell me in the watch party, do you like hugs? Tell me in the comments, do you like hugs?
How sweet is that?
I like hugs.
I like hugs.
I like hugs.
Man, again.
That was such a great story.
I'm so upset.
What an amazing story. Teaching a goblin what a hug is.
Man, I love that. And it's things like this, right? We say it all the time. Like whenever we do videos about people being like, how do I role play more? How do I include this person more? How do I include myself more? We always say, just listen.
Yeah.
Just listen to what the other characters have to say. See something that they're doing and remember it and do something. Yeah. This is a perfect example, right? Like the bugs. Perfect. Like just going out there, not saying anything, just giving the bugs that this character cares for just something fun to do.
Just some leaves and some stuff to snack on.
Yeah.
And then you literally just lay it on your bellies. And then to listen about like the secrets and stuff like that, and to listen and basically be like, we very much have something in common, like a lack of family or something like that. And then to just have a hug.
Just to bridge the gap and just say like, do you want a hug?
Do you want to have a hug?
And now every morning you hug. Hug. My God.
We have a hug.
That's the most wholesome shit I've ever heard.
Just listen.
Oh, just listen. And you know what, Katie? You also deserve your kudos here. Because
100%.
I know we say just listen, but to be able to listen and then think of ways to action it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that can be difficult to do.
Yeah.
You had to really think. In that moment, you had to think, and you did because you care about the people around you.
You looked at the goblin. You saw that they were a swarm keeper.
Yep.
You
saw they had loads of books.
Like this is like here's roleplay. Everyone obviously because Critical Role's so popular and they're fantastic voice actors, and everyone thinks that role playing is like putting on a voice and saying things.
And it is, and it can be.
That can be as well, but also like if you struggle to do things like that, like let your actions roleplay for you.
Totally.
I go and I lay on my stomach with the swarm keeper and take an interest in their bugs, and then I begin to cast druidcraft. And
we just sit and watch the bugs.
We just sit and watch the bugs like chomp on the leaves and make homes for themselves, and like that is just as good roleplay as a conversation.
Absolutely, and this is just this. I say it every time. This is what D&D is, right?
100%.
A group of people just caring for each other.
Like wanting everyone to have a good time.
Wanting everyone to be involved.
I want you to have a good time. I want to have a good time. We've clearly got something in common. Let's like bond over it, and like let's turn both of our sadness in life into something that we can, basically no longer be alone
Yeah.
because of.
Yeah.
Because
And-
we are alone.
And again, kudos to your DM
Yeah.
to do something like this, to
Yeah.
be like, oh, it's a secret, and then to give the caveat of like nothing serious, but like you can just say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm assuming the DM knew that
The DM
in
knew
both
that-
of your backstories there was something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and again, as a DM, to facilitate characters opening up to each other like that, is a great technique. It
Yeah.
really is. What
Fantastic.
green
Well
flags
done
all round.
to you, your group, Katie, yourself, your dungeon master, everyone.
Beautiful. What a beautiful story.
What a great.
What
I
a
like
beautiful.
hugs.
I like hugs.
Do
Okay.
you like hugs?
No more before I cry
Do
again.
you like hugs?
No
Tell
more.
me in the comments. 50 comments.
50 comments.
Or
Yeah, I
I'm
like
gone.
hugs. Oh God. All right. Okay, this is the last horror.
Last horror. Then
This
we
is
get
the
on.
last
Then we're
one.
on to another wholesome.
Then we're on to another wholesome, and then we're gone.
And then we're gone.
Then we're out of here. All right. So this has been sent in by Anonymous, and she goes by she, her.
Thank you for your
Is
submission.
a trigger warning for SA. There is also another trigger warning I would like to give for like terminal illness
Okay.
and death via illness.
Okay.
That kind of, in my opinion, have like some like homophobic like undertones to it.
Okay.
I could be completely missing the mark with that, but I think it's important for me to give that trigger warning
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
When I first got into D&D in my 20s, I was a little naive. No, you weren't. You just didn't know what to expect, and someone took advantage of you. Sorry, I'm already getting into it. I'm already getting into it.
We don't
Sorry.
know. We don't know.
Sorry.
We don't know.
I feel so bad for people who say like I was naive when I went into it.
Yeah.
No, a normal situation, this would have never happened to you. You
Mhm.
had nothing to be naive about. People
Yeah.
just treat you badly.
Okay. Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
A friend of mine asked me to join his group's campaign, and I was just excited to finally have a group, so I didn't think to ask any questions. The DM was very controlling. He wouldn't let us pick our own characters, backgrounds, class, or even spells. He even leveled us up every time and would only give us a screenshot of our character sheet each session. This is very akin to the thing we just read out in the last
Yeah.
episode of the DM keeping all the character sheets.
DM keeping all character sheets. Yeah.
I thought it was weird, but assumed it was normal since it was my first group. Things started to get really weird once we got further into our campaign and some other players wanted to romance NPCs. Anytime your character had sex with another character, you had to roll a d20 to find out what bad thing happened to you as a result.
Does that just so I know, Dungeon Master? Does that happen to you every time you have sex?
Yeah, you have to roll a d20 and see what bad thing
Every time
happens
you
to
make love,
Oh my god!
does something really bad happen to you?
Yeah, like and like again, if you're uncomfortable with these things, just say like we're not including that in the game. Like, that's completely fine.
If you don't want sexual content in your
That's
game,
completely fine.
that's fine.
Absolutely, but like to then roll a d. Anyway, there were horrible things like getting an STD or even getting AIDS.
Okay.
One of my fellow players' character died of AIDS, and we weren't able to resurrect her. That was bad enough, but what eventually made me quit the group was when the DM decided to force my character to have sex with an NPC. Up until this point, my character had never romanced any others because the DM's rule made me feel uncomfortable.
Not surprising.
This apparently annoyed him, and he had an NPC cast a spell on my character that forced her to engage with the NPC. Since then, I've found a better group that doesn't have a crazy DM, but I think it's important for new players, especially women, to know that things like this are not normal and are not okay.
Yes.
It's better to just not play than to go through something like this.
100%. No D&D is better than bad D&D.
Oh my god, absolutely. OP, you pretty much said exactly what we were going to say there.
Mother of fucking God.
And to bring something like AIDS into the game.
Like, why?
First of all, why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
And then to have someone actually pass away because of it.
Like people know people in life
in real
who have
life
died from that.
Yeah, it's like we had another horror story where they said that
I remember that
their
one.
mother unfortunately had cancer.
Yeah.
And then they had mentioned it, and then the DM suddenly,
yeah,
everyone had cancer, and it's like
everyone had like this rare sickness,
which was essentially the in-game version of cancer. And it's like we suffer enough in real life.
We lose people all the time.
Yeah,
like death is unfortunately a very real part of life, sadly, and we don't need to be reminded of that in our fantasy game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that some people like to touch on dark topics and it's a great. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You're doing that because you want to do that,
Like,
not because we all want to do that.
That is so triggering.
That is so triggering.
That's so triggering.
Probably so many people.
And you know, I've thank God, touch wood, have never lost anyone like that.
Yeah.
But even reading that, you know, that horrible pit in your stomach that you get, that makes me feel that.
I know.
And
the bit though that's really bad is it's all bad.
Oh, it's
don't get me wrong.
Dog shit.
It's
terrible,
all bad.
garbage rat.
But the real bad bit is I didn't want to sexually engage with the NPC.
And that annoyed him.
So that annoyed my dungeon master.
And then he cast a spell.
And then he
forced me.
Then he basically forced me.
Like, how many times do we fucking hear this?
I know.
How many fucking times do we hear this? And I think it's important to say it's not just women who go through this. I would say the majority are women, female presenting people, but trans people, non-binary people. Every fucking person who doesn't appear to be a cis white man. And even then, they're not fucking safe.
Yeah.
There's people out there who do this to... It appears anyone they can take advantage of.
It doesn't... The thing is, with this situation, it doesn't matter who you are.
It doesn't matter who you are.
It doesn't matter what you identify as at all. Anything. It shouldn't happen to you. Like, you should never be subjected to this. And, like, I hate, I detest, I despise, I loathe the fact that you open up this submission with, what was the sentence?
I was naive.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
Margaret said it correct. No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
Why were you naive? Because some fucking creepy ass DM decides
took advantage of you.
To take advantage of you.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't your fault.
No, this is the DM's fault.
This has never been your fault. This is not a problem with you. This is not, you should have done more. You should never have been put in this situation categorically, full stop, no questions asked. You should never have been put in this situation. And the fact that you think that you've got to say, I was not... No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
You were taking advantage of.
And the thing is, it's like you weren't naive, but you were new to it. You didn't know how things went.
Yeah, you didn't know
this was your first time playing D&D.
Was going to do this.
Yeah, you had no idea what was normal because, surprise, surprise, they didn't have a re-session 0 when you joined. Like, they didn't have I'm assuming they probably didn't even have fucking session 0. That's me assuming.
Session 0 or not.
Like,
at no point is this okay.
No, of course not. But you had no idea what you were
Getting
to
yourself
expect.
In for, yeah.
And they saw that and they took advantage
of it. They knew
of
that, yeah.
And that also spans to everyone, not just in-game, everything.
Yeah.
You're not naive.
No.
You're not naive. Someone's just taking advantage of you.
If somebody takes advantage of you, it's never your fault.
Yeah.
If somebody takes advantage of you, you aren't naive. You've just been taken advantage of.
Like, who goes into a situation and be like, oh, I'm going to play a game with my friends? Who goes in being like, I should probably prepare
be
for
aware of
X,
the fact
Y,
that
Z.
I could get SA'd.
Yeah.
No,
that's not.
No.
The sad thing is, nowadays it's expected. Nowadays, that's the type of fucking shit that people expect because of nasty fucking stories like this. And you said it best, OP. Like, it is important for new players, especially
100%.
women, to know things like this are not normal, not okay. That's not how the game is played. Never has been, never will be. And it is better to not play than go through this.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that there's people around you who stand up for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Because sometimes
and if you see this,
stand up for them. Stand up for them.
If you're at the table and you see your dungeon master trying to do this to somebody, female presenting, non-binary, trans, whoever it is, just say something. Doesn't even matter if it's a dude. Say something.
Say something. Because again, there's the stigma that like this can't happen to men. Of course it can.
Of course it
can.
Oh
my God, of course it can. And
it happened to anyone, sadly.
It can happen to anyone.
It's so bad because it should never happen to anyone, but it can happen to anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so...
Exactly. And
we've been through this 1,000 times on this podcast. Like, D&D isn't the place for you to take out your sexual fantasies on others.
No.
And if that's your sexual fantasy, my friend, you need to get some help.
Yeah, definitely.
You need some help.
Definitely.
Because at no point ever should you ever want to subject somebody else to this traumatic experience.
And the fact that it annoyed you.
The fact that it annoys you that they said no.
You need help.
You need help.
That's not normal.
There's something wrong with you. Yeah. You need help.
Man. Oh. I'm sorry,
Yeesh.
OP. That's disgusting. That's so terrible. That's absolutely awful.
But you are out.
You
You are in a new group.
exactly.
This isn't happening to you.
Exactly.
You
You
are
can-
experiencing what Dungeons and Dragons should be.
Yeah, and you're at the point now where you can serve this as a cautionary tale,
Yes.
and you've come out the other side, and you're like, "This isn't normal." That's all we could ever want.
That's all we could
All
ever
we
want.
could ever
and you
want.
and that you understand that you were not naive.
Exactly.
And that is unfair on yourself
That
to
is
say.
so unfair on yourself to say you were not.
You were not.
Thank you, OP.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
I'm
I'm
sorry
very
that happened
sorry.
to you.
Oh my God, we're on the last one.
Ah!
Oh, Jesus. Oh man, I'm tense. I'm tense. All right. This is the last one.
This is the last one.
How are we feeling?
Are you all juiced up on hydration?
Man, some
from
of them
all
were
of the hatred for
some
that
of them
dungeon.
were so
Yeah, they
fucking
weren't
bad.
good.
Some of them were so bad.
They were not good.
Oh, all right.
But the wholesome ones were great.
the wholesome ones.
I feel like these are some of my favorite wholesome ones.
Yeah, I agree.
I like hugs.
I like hugs. So this is the last heartwarming story.
Let's get it, baby.
This has been sent in by Hats, and she goes by she, her.
Hats.
Thank you so much, Hats.
Thank you so much, Hats, for your submission.
So I recently started DMing, and I'm finding it really fun. One day when preparing, my father asked me what I was doing. I explained that I was preparing for my session in D&D. He asked me, is there anything I can do to help? After this, my father and I were able to create such fun and interesting NPCs. I really appreciated it, and I didn't think much of it. A few days later, my dad called me to his room and, to my surprise, presented me with minifigures of gnomes, goblins, skeletons with armor, dwarfs, and wizards. What? My dad then explained him and my mum used to paint these little figures when they were dating at around the age of 19.
That's extremely cute.
They would sit and chat and laugh while painting, and that's why he wanted me to have them to use for D&D. So when I placed these little figures for my players on the table, I always silently thank my wonderful dad.
That's so nice.
That's so nice.
That's so nice.
That's so nice.
Oh, your dad's a hero.
Oh, that's so lovely.
I love your dad.
I love your dad.
Your dad's the best.
Oh.
To just see that your child is interested in something and
I
doing something new,
know.
and to be like, I know, and to like go and get them out of like the loft or
I
the attic or something,
know.
and be like, you should use these.
To actually be like, oh, well, we used to do this. How wholesome is that, by the way?
Why is that so cute?
Why is that so
like
cute?
on a scale of 1 to cuteness,
It's cute.
I think
That's so cute.
I'm a little overwhelmed with how cute
I
that
know,
is.
me too. And,
Oh,
you know, I just love and, you know, normalize dads actually being present and nice to their
Yeah.
children. Like, the fact that your dad was like, is there anything I can do to help? And, like, actively sat down with you and helped you create these NPCs and characters. And, man, just how
What a
wonderful.
great fucking dad, by the way.
That's just a testament to the humanity in the world, I
Yeah.
think. I love that.
I love that.
I really love that. That's
so cute.
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet of
That's
you
so
to want to do that.
uplifting. I love that so much.
To sit down and want to just like help you with NPCs and stuff.
I know.
Man.
Just to want to help. Your dad sounds like a wonderful, wonderful
Your
man.
dad sounds like a fucking great person.
Yeah, he does. So thank you, Hats. That was
Thank
a
you,
nice.
Hats.
That was a nice, short, sweet one.
That
to
was
be honest.
really. My heart feels warmed.
Yeah, my heart feels warm
My
too.
heart feels a little bit happy.
My heart feels a little bit happy too. I like hugs. I like hugs.
I like hugs.
I love that. Oh, that was a nice one. Has that evoked the feels? That's evoked my feels,
I'm
to
sad
be
now.
honest. Yeah, I'm sad now too.
I like hugs and I like dads that help their children with NPCs.
I like dads
and
that
give
like
them
their kids.
minis.
Yeah. Well, what did we
man.
think? How was that roller coaster for everyone? That was a little bit of a roller coaster.
That was a
today,
roller
wasn't
coaster.
it?
I feel like the wholesomers were wholesoming
Yeah.
and the horrors were horroring
really horroring.
hard today.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
feel like it went pretty hard today.
Yeah, agreed. Some of them horrors
Yeah,
were
some of them horrors
absolutely
were vile.
terrible, vile.
Vile,
Oh my
pestilent.
god, pestilent vibes.
But some of the wholesomes were
were
real fucking
immaculate
vibes.
really good.
Real
Like,
immaculate vibes.
yeah, and I'm assuming, are you guys still enjoying the juxtaposition between the horror and the wholesome?
Well, if you're not,
Get out! No,
the fuck?
yeah, like I think it's really nice to have the balance.
Yeah, I do.
And not just constantly read these nasty horror stories without seeing the other side of it, right?
Yeah, I agree. I really, those wholesomes were
Yeah, really good.
some
And you know,
spectacular wholesomes there.
this
by the
is
way.
another message just to say there is always a good side to these things.
100%.
The good side is actually the normal side.
Yes.
And that's the side that you will find.
You will get.
Unfortunately, sometimes you have to trudge through the shit of the horror stories.
Fair.
And it's unfair
It's
that you
like-
have to.
It's like a job.
Yeah.
You know? You'll probably start off with a couple of jobs you fucking hate, but then you'll actually find out what you like doing, and then you'll get a job that you like.
Exactly.
It's just like life. You'll trudge through a few groups that just didn't jive with you, and then you'll find it. And when you find it, it'll be like, I found my people.
Totally.
I'm
and
at the table now.
if you're at a point where you just have horror stories, I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
I promise you, you will have these wholesome stories.
You sure will.
You will
You
have
will.
them, I promise. And if you want to share your horror stories with us, please do.
Yeah.
If you want to share your wholesome stories with us, please do. If you've had any moments in your games that just made your heart feel a little bit full, or if there's something you want to say about your DM or your players,
Yeah.
send it in.
Send it in and
we'll
then
read it
send
out.
the episode to them
Yeah.
so they can comment.
Yeah.
And we can get 50 comments.
Oh my God, and we're back here again.
50 comments!
And we're back in the room.
Okay.
Before we go,
Yes.
we're going to be doing a Halloween episode, so it's going to air on Monday the 30th,
Yes,
and
the day
Halloween
before
is
Halloween.
Tuesday the 31st. Obviously. Halloween. Is there anything you'd like us to do? We asked this in Thursday's episode 2.
Yes. Is
Would you
there-
like us to do things like just reading out horror stories?
Yeah.
Would you like us to
Do something a little different?
something a little bit spooky?
Do you want us to do some
I-
spooky games?
yeah, I don't really know.
Shall we tell some spooky stories?
Yeah. I don't really know, to be honest, what to do. We'll have a think. You have a think and let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you would like to see for Halloween.
Yeah.
Let's chill.
Let's chill.
Okay, we both got merch on today,
Oh
baby.
my God, we both have merch on
Go
today.
and pick up www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk. You can go and pick up the logo t-shirt with the back print, the heavy metal t-shirt there. If you don't like either of these, kind of cringe if you don't.
Get out of here.
You can head to our Hellbound dice store where we sell an abundance of things: t-shirts, spell cards, notebooks, inspiration tokens, mugs, badges, and stickers.
And we make them with our own nasty grotty
And
hands.
you can get 10% off any of the gifts that you buy there with code SquadBlaster.
No code Podblast.
Podblast. Not Squadblast. Podblast. It's gift giving season, so don't be not giving them gifts.
Oh my God, gifts.
So go and pick up some D&D goodies from there for the people that you love in your life.
Yeah.
Or for yourself.
Yeah.
Join the Discord if you haven't. The Homebrew Challenge is now running and will end Monday next week. And it is a BBEG. So submit there. Anything else?
Oh, it will be your birthday on Wednesday.
Yeah.
After this video airs. Wish Jack a happy birthday.
Yeah, wish me a happy birthday.
It's his 30th.
It is my 30th.
He's old.
I do be 30 though.
You do be 30 though.
I do be 30 though.
You do be 30 though.
I'm going to wake up and everything's going to change because I'm 30, right?
Yep.
Right?
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Have
we chilled the Homebrew
down
Challenge?
below. Homebrew Challenge, I just shilled it. Like the video. Comment on the video at least 50 times. Or I'm gone.
No! Oh my God.
Hit the bell to be notified when we upload a video on a Monday and a Thursday. Subscribe if you haven't. I know most of you have. But if you thought about it and thinking, I
like these two freaks.
These two losers.
These two weirdos.
Click that subscribe button. I love you.
I love you.
Bully loves you. We've been the Eldritch Podblast, and we're going to see you on a Thursday. Bye.